Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever it is in the world you're coming to us from. My name is Tom, otherwise known as Striking, here in the digital media world. So glad to be hosting another episode of DYOR live here on the DYOR Media Network. It's Monday. It's Monday. We've taken the weekend off from crypto. Well, at least we've taken the Monday off from broadcasting on crypto. Crypto certainly didn't take the Monday off at all. Normally I'd say, hey, this is where my co-host Pedro is. Pedro is on the air here with us today, just getting a few things wrapped up with his charts before he comes on the air here. So you're stuck with me. Let's see if we can get some background music going here. Just have the basics. Anyway, today's topic of today's show, Pump.Fun Mania. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Pump.Fun is killing it on Solana. Basically helping revolutionize the trading volume on Solana and bring Solana out of the depths and dregs that it was at post FTX. Anyway, who do we got here in the house today? Oh, we got Vincent coming to us from Nigeria. Thanks for joining us, Vincent. We got Blake 4001 watching us on Twitch, pitching us something. Best viewers, bots and scams and all that type of stuff. Troublesome. Oh, you changed your name there. Troublesome. 96 degrees in the shade. That's hot. That's hot. Clearly, I have a little issues with my camera here. Let's see who else we got here. Shane Stores in the house. Remember to like and subscribe. Thank you very much. Who else we got here? Pedro, your mic's not on yet. Trisha says, don't forget to vote for Squirrel with Nuts today. Remember, no days off. Well, you gotta tell us where to vote. And then, of course, Shane follows it up with D's Nuts. Anyway, but ladies and gentlemen, let's give a shout out to my co-host, Pedro Garcia in the house. Pedro, what's happening?
Hey, what's up, my peoples? I hope everybody's doing well. Things are going smooth for everybody. How was, it's really interesting weekend in crypto. A lot of stuff happening, a lot of stuff going on. And so it's been one of those things that you're just like, okay, like, right? Like,
That's a good point. Yeah. That's what we say every week. Like, it's like another week in crypto. You can't believe it. Why is my camera lagging here? Camera, why are you lagging?
Yeah, dude, it's really interesting. Oh, one last thing, please also hit the share button to your preferred social media. That helps us out a lot. I know this sounds funny, whether it's Twitter, whether it is Facebook, or even Truth Social, or whether it is something crazy on like the other end, right? Where I'm trying to pick extremes. I don't care. Share a name out there, and then it will. Whoa, my bad. I'm taking a picture of I'm in a trade here real quick, and I'm actually about to post it to a group here because I was like, look, there's this. We all post. It's almost like it's not bragging. That's the wrong word, but we all kind of show like what we're doing, and then other people like, well, that didn't have XYZ, and you're going into a XYZ, and you're about to get stopped out, and you're like, well, actually, I thought about it. So it's that type of group. Anyways, I say that because I was just taking a picture, and y'all saw the snapshot. So
actually, we didn't see that because your picture is covering your screen.
Ooh, thank you very much. Ooh. Okay, so it's really interesting. The market so far this week, we got a pretty big week coming up regarding news and trading, as well as the financial news that potentially could definitely move the markets. Ultimately, we don't know what is going to happen. There's a lot of things that I'm assuming because of interest rates and how they're moving in relationship to bonds, and how we might be seeing some positioning in BTC. And the thing that blows me away about BTC with the institutions is that they're literally gobbling up without touching the current market supply, and where they would then push the market up, they're trying to gobble up all of literally the mined crypto, which I find so interesting. And so that's why you're like, well, these guys are in, why aren't they buying? Well, because what's actually happening, they're able to kind of get it on the side. Now, our good friend here, Mr. Striking, talks about this all the time, but it was really interesting to see the amount of last month's like came out, and I was like, holy moly. That's just that's astronomical. They pretty much took 95% of the supply, and I just thought that was really, really interesting.
Pedro?
Yes, can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, perfect. So let's check out Bitcoin here real quick.
Hold on.
Oh, God.
I was just starting the intro to the show here.
Oh, I thought we were already. Oh, forgive me. I thought we were already because I showed up.
Like the next segment talking about what's coming. I haven't even mentioned the week ahead.
Oh my goodness. Okay, go ahead.
I haven't mentioned you had a list of things like CPI and the FOMC coming and shit. I haven't even mentioned that. All I said was, hi, how you doing, everybody? I was going through social media comments. Trying to debug why the hell my camera's not working properly here.
Got it. I'm so sorry. Dude, so let's rewind. That's old Jim Carrey.
Right.
Dude, we so date ourselves, bro. How is everybody doing? Do we got any newbies coming in today? I see Trisha C. We got Steve.
We got Xtoshi in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Xtoshi of the Xtoshi of the Crypto Alliance. The man that's on the microphone every night, all night. Thank you for joining us, Xtoshi, and help spreading the word when we do our spaces too. Help getting the word, help getting the viewers there. And of course, all that you can help to getting the viewers here so we can talk about all the things that we like to talk about and all the things that you guys like to talk about. Your viewers the viewers' opinions are just as valid as ours, except we're the ones with the microphone, so we get to talk.
But listen, man, I'm a huge proponent, and if Mr. Satoshi want to jump in the mic, we can always send him a link and say, "Come on through, brother." So that's
true. We always can.
If you ever want to pop in, you just say if we want him, if he wants to be on the mic. It's not even if we want him to be on the mic. It's if you want to be on the mic, you open doors, and it's carte blanche unless you're saying craziness. But I mean, I'm always saying craziness, and Striking don't kick me out. So I mean, you'd have to say something real crazy.
Shane Store says, calling out around the world. Are you ready for brand new Beat Summer here? I don't know. Shane, I don't know what the hell you just talked about.
What is Beat Summer, man? That sounds cool.
Beat Summer here, and the time for dancing in the street.
Oh, there we go. Are you talking about like Will Smith? Summertime.
No, that's not Will Smith. That was like Bruce Springsteen dancing in the street or something. No, that was I'm sorry, not Bruce Springsteen. Lionel Richie dancing in the street.
I was gonna say that's Richie, man. Yeah. Talking about.
All right, Bitcoin. All right, Pedro, let's hear what's going on with Bitcoin this morning.
All right, cool. Let's jump on here real quick. Biggest thing I want to talk about Bitcoin, and this is really changing. Oh, hello? Can you hear it? Hello?
Yeah, hold on. My everything is coming to a stop here. Not the usual problems, just for some reason my machine is slow. All right, we're good.
Can you talk? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we've always been able to hear you.
All righty. Alrighty, here we go. Boom. So BTC, as we can see, we're still in this range that I've talked about. It's a big range, but you can see we're definitely playing in between that 73,000 to the 59,000, 60,000. We definitely bounced off of our demand zone here, and now we're just kind of just floundering around here, perusing through this range as we bounce back and forth. Like I said, one of the things that within our economy within BTC is that you can actually pick up BTC really without having to buy it on the open market, right? through mining and other things like that. So we're definitely seeing a lot of the institutions going through, picking up a lot of supply and kind of just, kind of filling their bags without having to kind of pay, but still pay, right? So, and also without moving the market fully. That is one thing that's nice. And I think the institutions really do appreciate, right? You don't have to worry about somebody running.
Front running.
Why am I saying front? Why did I say for running? Front running them. So it's a nice little setup. And at length, Tom has talked about this. So I'm just reiterating that. Now, my biggest thing is this could be a potential move for the week. So let's check it out month and week, right? We have a moving average down here, the 8, which is sitting at that 56,000 area, which also sits at our demand zone, which I set back in these levels here. In addition to that, which I set back about 3-4 months ago, easily. On a weekly level, we haven't really, or on a weekly mark here on this chart, we put in a few supply wicks here, which is showing me more bearish than bullish. So I'm expecting this to come back down to the 63 mark area here sometime in the next week or two, simply because we've put in all these seller wicks here. Unfortunately, for me, right, because I actually got into a position where I was like, I thought we were going to push up a little harder over the week, but we still could. But I do expect this to come through, push up first to come down and hit this level right here. So this is the 66,000 mark, and/or if it pushes through this, we could come back and touch that 63,000 mark. So this is kind of the area I do expect us. I don't really expect us to go much higher than 71,000 for the week. But ultimately, seeing a retracement back into these lower levels simply because we see seller over buyer wicks right now. So that's it in a nutshell when it comes to our friendly foe, Mr. BTC.
You're go to like the 4-hour chart on that.
All right, let's go to 4-hour. Okay, let's check it out. Talk to me, good.
Bitcoin hasn't been doing much lately. We've had we had a little bump up to 71 there, but it's still chilling in this range. We had that dump-a-thon a couple, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, down into the lower 60s, and it's just breaking everyone's hearts. Everyone's post-halving and thinking, wait a minute, this thing's supposed to get moving now. Sentiment is bullish. Desirability is bullish, and then nothing happens. And I think I'm trying to think who brought it up here. I guess I think it was Shane. Maybe Shane brought up what's going on with BTC here. Oh yeah, no, it was Matt Rhodes. Matt says, "Hey fam, BTC about a month out before it grows legs. What you think, Pedro?" Pedro, in your timing that you're just talking about it potentially coming back down into the lower 60s thing. Can you put a time frame on that, or is that just
Yeah, absolutely. I know. I do expect to see it this week, honestly, to tell you the truth. The fact is, because if you look right here, long story short, you see, one of the things I always talk about this, right, is if the market first goes up during the week, on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, I expect to see it come down for that week. So I would expect for it to come and get buyers sitting at this lower level here of that 67,000 mark right here as we come back down. So there's 2 places where it could go through and get buyers. One being the 67,000-ish area where you actually have the 67 to 66,000 where the 8-period moving average is sitting. If this does not hold, then I would expect to see us come back down to that 63,000 mark area to get buyers again, where then we would see it then come back up into next week, if not the week after. So that's what I expect.
All right, you heard it here, ladies and gentlemen. Pedro calling it going. It needs to go up, but it's going to come down first. And
no. It's going to go.
It's going to go up first, then come down,
and then come down. Yeah.
Then it'll go back up, and then back down.
Yeah. Well, we're in this sideways range. Like I said, I don't expect us to really bounce out of this until we really see the elections, and whether Trump or Biden wins. It's one of those things that we're finding, from a geopolitical standpoint, the rest of the world is sitting back going, okay, this is crazy. But in addition to that, they also know that a lot of money is sitting outside the US, but wants to come into the US, into the crypto world. So if America does, and I've already said this myself, I'm not for the man, but the reality is he's pro crypto. So the reality is I'm pro Trump right now, right? It's just, that's
Right.
it. Because
Biden's trying, but he's not working so well. Pedro, I'm just going to take a quick thing and say, everyone joining us on X, make sure you click through until you get to the comment section. And see, you get to the broadcasting page that has the comment section on the right if you're on your desktop, and below you, I think, if it's on your phone. And drop some comments here. We got a bunch of you watching there. I appreciate it. We're primarily live on YouTube with our commentary and show stuff going on. But if you start the comments section here on X, give us a comment here and we'll address it. Talk about a chart, whatever. Pedro, what were you gonna say there?
No, I was gonna say. Also, let us know what you guys are hearing about us, and who told you about us or wherever, because we'd love to be able to say thank you to them and give shout outs to whoever you heard us. And if you just stumbled upon us, please just to say, oh, we just stumbled upon you or just found you, and tell us what you like, what you don't like about it, because ultimately engagement's engagement. If you want to make fun of my crazy nose, then it's totally okay. I don't know, dude, I swear. I don't even get it sometimes. Anyways, so dude, it has been some really crazy kind of stuff that's been going on, especially with the ETH. I expected to see. I mean, I knew this was going to be a pump, right?
Right.
At least but man, I'm just kind of shocked that we didn't create a new high here from the ETH announcement, right? Like we kind of went up, right? This was before it happened, went up, and then now it's just kind of meh.
Are you over?
So,
I'm sorry. Did you switch your chart to ETH?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did to ETH. So it was one of those things, bro. I was sitting there going like, holy moly, that's just nuts. I'd expected. I thought we were going to see a all-time high, at least 4,000, like 4,200. But I mean, we kind of came back down. So because of that, I'm expecting us, since we're kind of sitting here, we're below the 8 and 20. And down in these lower levels, we have buyers sitting at 43 area, 42 area. So this is one of those things I'm expecting us to come back down to these lower levels on ETH. Unfortunately, just because we didn't see the buyers come in. We saw them come in the week prior, but you can see here it's now just kind of selling off. So
what level are you calling it back down to, Pedro? You think? Where's
I got two. So I got one at the 42-ish area, which is the 8 and the 20 mark area.
42.
So excuse me, 30. I'm sorry, my brain flipped it. That good old dyslexia. The 34-ish area and the 32 area, kind of like in the same area for a wick. You can see how this wick right here came down for this week. I would expect something like this, and potentially coming down again to our weekly demand area here, where it probably might pick up more buyers. Now you can see on the monthly level, okay, we would come back down to this 8 period, which is the 3,000 mark. Now this would be the sweet spot for me for ETH to pick up more ETH and to see it continue up higher. So it's going to be really interesting to see as we start to get closer to the real movement out of, once we get out of the election period. That's when I do expect to see some real pumping and flying. So until then, I'm just trying to accumulate every time we have a sell-off. So I just look for sell-off areas, right?
Yep. Jojo, thanks for joining the show. Tell us how you found our show. We'd really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Troublesome, you here in Florida. I think Troublesome is from Florida, as a matter of fact, if I recall.
Absolutely. Now, one of them.
Hold on, just quick stuff. Kansas Zinyu says, stumble across you through the amazing frog. Let's effing go, Pepsi. Kansas, stick around, and I'm gonna talk a little bit about Pepsi and clear up some confusion on how people can buy it without already having mainnet C in their wallet.
There we go.
News-wise, Space is in the house. Space Cat. Oh, the sounds were too low. Couldn't hear it. Anyway.
Quick question for you, if you don't mind me asking. in relationship to some of the news, where like so. I guess we've never really, I mean, because we typically kind of sprinkle it throughout the whole entire show. Section wise, where's a good time to really kind of put in the weekly like reports that are going to be coming out?
Right now, this is a good time to talk about it while we've got
Oh,
some people's attention here. Ladies and gentlemen, normally on Mondays, I had a different topic today, Pump.Fun on Solana, just because it was fun to talk
we
about
still
today,
can.
which we'll talk about
Absolutely.
later. But on Monday we always talk about the week ahead. And the week ahead, there's a couple of news things. If you're a trader, even if you're not a full, if you're a day trader, you already know these things. But if you're a regular crypto investor like the rest of us jumbalones, and you're wondering what's affecting the overall markets, Pedro's going to give you a quick list of things coming up this week.
Absolutely. So, so for Tuesday, we got a couple quick things that are going to be pumped. So, the U.S. FOMC meeting begins on Tuesday, right? And we have earnings coming out for Oracle. So that's something you need to be paying attention to because it potentially could move the market for the S&P 500, as well as if we see a huge explosion or drop, we could see BTC kind of move in relationship to it, or if not, move in an inverse relationship to it. Something to pay attention to. So that's Tuesday. Wednesday, we got the CPI index report happening, and
Consumer
additionally,
Price Index.
yeah, CPI is what they call it, but most.
No, I was just
I mean,
explaining it for the people that
oh,
don't understand what CPI is. Consumer Price Index, a measure of inflation.
there you go. Yeah, perfect. And then you also have the full announcement that will happen where the Fed Chair Powell, sitting king of the world, will come out and speak to his subjects, as you being a little cheeky there. But don't crush me, good, sir. Please, that's all I ask. Don't look back and go, I'm gonna crush that man, because that was just a joke. It was being cheeky. Forgive me. Um, he speaks around two. It starts at 2 p.m. And that would be, what was it? Eastern
Daylight
DT.
time.
Yeah, EDT.
I don't know how
I
most of you
learned
guys
this.
don't get this. It's daylight time. It's not standard time, ladies and gentlemen. I watch all these AMA people post, hey, we're having our AMA at Eastern Standard Time. And then, like, thousands of people that live in Indiana, Kentucky, and Wyoming that don't abide by daylight time tune in at Eastern Standard Time, but it's 1 hour wrong.
Yes.
And
So I'm glad
I bitch about it because I lived where I went to college. For half the time I was there, they didn't change to daylight time because they're in the western side of the Eastern time zone. So if they changed, it'd be like light until 11 at night, and
Oh, wow.
which is sometimes it's nice for a college student. It's nice, but if you're a regular business person, it's not so nice. And so it's just one of those things. Every time I see someone, I'm like, dude, it's not Eastern Standard Time, or EST also means English Standard Time, also known as British Standard Time, or I'm sorry, English Summer Time. So
Okay.
just drives me nuts. And I
Alrighty.
can't get my lower thirds to work. Look at it, just sticking out over there like a limp thing that needs Viagra. I don't know. It's Monday technical problems.
Yeah. It's all good. It happens. That's our stick here. We actually, part of me almost thinks like we almost planned for this, so because it's almost comical. Anyways, so that's going to happen on Wednesday. Something to need to be paying attention to. And then on Thursday, you have jobs report, right? And then on top of that, earnings is going to be Adobe. All right, so you need to be paying attention to that. And then also Friday, you have Canadian manufacturing sales and order. Now, I do this only because our friend here is from Canada.
And it'll be down again. And if it says it's up, it's a lie, because the government here is still
is lying?
still
No, the government never
they're
lies.
still shipping jobs off to the Great Tiger Land, and they just can't stop themselves from doing it because the people from the Great Tiger Land they actually donate to the Prime Minister's charitable fund to the tune of a number of $100,000 a year. Literally, the Great Tiger government donates to his charity, which he takes a salary from, or will be when he's out of office.
if you want to look it up, you can go look it up who that is. We don't want to mention those who must not be named because our
My
show
computer
will
keeps
go down
crashing whenever I mention
every
the name.
time. Every time. So those who must not be named. So just like when people couldn't say certain things about 19, we just started saying the Savesa sickness.
Right.
So get around the algorithms that shut things down. So, anyways, also Friday we have Kroger's launching. It's one of the biggest things. If they have some bad earnings, it means that basically people aren't buying food,
It's because
which
Kroger
could be.
sucks. That's why.
Dude, I love Kroger's, bro.
Kroger sucks ass. They ruined they ruined two grocery stores that I loved. One in Chicago was called Mariano's, which they bought. And Mariano's everything was nice in it and specialty things. There was multiple choices on every food. And then in Florida, where my parents lived, there's a place called Harris Teeter, and Kroger bought that too. And it went from a nice specialty store with multiple choices and low-end things and high-end things, and it was a fantastic store. They bought both of them, turned them into Kroger's with a different brand. There's one or two choices for any food now. And one of the choices is always the Kroger brand, and the other choice is only the group that pays them the highest. So you can't the Mariano spice aisle used to be the whole aisle with spices. It was amazing.
Ooh.
People would drive there just to go. Now it's just that typical little rack at the end with the same two providers of spice, and they're all tasteless spice. They're crap,
dude.
It
that makes me mad, bro.
It makes me so
that
insane.
Makes me mad.
Ugh.
Dude,
I guess the only good thing is I get cheap gas out of it.
No, there is no. Listen, I would literally.
Thanks,
pay
Jojo, for watching.
money
Have a
for
great
gas.
day. Join us tomorrow, same time, same bat channel.
I think one of the things that, to me, I literally drive places specifically so that I can get a wide variety of spices. If you look at my spice rack, bro, I've got like 60 different spices, man. And dude, I love cooking. I love making it just different flavors and anyways, that makes me mad, dude. We need to go to war over this, buddy. That's it. We got to take out Kroger's. Okay. And not Kroger's himself. Actually, let me joke around.
I just got notified that the guy Simply Bitcoin.
Yep.
Has a oh, he's doing an ad right now. He says new law grants U.S. president the power to block Bitcoin.
Yep, I just saw that.
But
it's popped up.
But the Congress isn't passing any laws. They're trying to pass pro-Bitcoin laws.
Something just popped up too. I saw it.
What is he trying to misconstrue here? He's got 900 viewers on his Twitter. But just so you know, Pedro, we had 150 already on our Twitter feed.
Awesome. Well, thank you for coming, guys. Appreciate you. Hey, please, while you're there, hit that heart button.
They're not there anymore.
Either way, I mean, I'm not complaining. You know what I'm saying? So, but still, they came through. They shouted out, and now it's whatever it be. We'll see what happens there. But that's cool that we've had that amount of people on our Twitter. But actually, it's not Twitter. It's X account.
Yeah, I call it X Spaces. X Video Spaces. X Spaces Broadcast. I don't know what it's called.
Whatever it be, it's interesting over the weekend. A lot of stuff that's actually been happening with, Gaza, and a lot of that is, especially with the BRICS nations and how they're all really unifying over this, and really wants to, they're using crypto to actually get around certain sanctions and and especially creating their own blockchain. And I literally thought to myself, if the US had set up a system for them already, right, where we could at least see where it's really going and what's actually happening there, and potentially even sitting there saying, no, we almost want to bid up that coin because we know that they're trying to build and buy this coin or these things and make some money. I mean, lo and behold, the U.S. economy trying to make some money so we could pay off that debt, because we know they're trying to use
$5 trillion from income taxes, $2 trillion from excise and import taxes, and we made $34 trillion on Bitcoin.
Right? Literally, it's
paid off the debt. Everything's great.
Could have been, but no. Good old Biden.
That's what the dudes from El Salvador are going to be saying that.
Yeah. That's exactly what they're going to be saying. El Salvador, also Venezuela. Wait, yes, no,
No, Argentina.
Argentina. Argentina. Sorry, my brain went a little. Blah, 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 blah. Argentina, and they really are going to sit there and be like, you guys were there. You could have taken over. And the backside behind it is it wouldn't even been that hard for us to capitalize on cornering the market. I mean, we're literally the reserve around the world.
Yep.
And Biden could have been like, no, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna corner the market and y'all need to, America could then regain its dominance again. And he just let it slip through his hands.
Pedro, what's happening with the government of China dumping U.S. treasuries?
Oh yeah. So this is one of those things that's been really interesting. The U.S. government, we always talk about bonds and how important they are and how we are able to poop in clean water, right? Really important. It gives us clean water to drink out of and just, kind of do some what we need to do. Not to say it's the most perfect of water, but it beats, let's say, going to rural places around the, world and you don't even get a toilet, right? And, it's like, it's, taking you back a few years in time without certain modern amenities.
Or to Central Arkansas.
Well, there you go. There you go. Some places in the United States, but most places in the United States are pretty solid. So, anyways, so I bring this up because we need people to buy those bonds. We need people to go through and buy them and make sure that they're going to keep up with them. And our primary people that have been really supporting that has been China. But now China is really selling off a ton of our debt,
Right.
basically bringing money into their coffer dams and then buying gold, Bitcoin, even though they're not, officially pro crypto. We know that a huge amount of miners, as well as purchases of Bitcoin happens in that region because we can see where the area where people are buying at because of the blockchain and certain aspects behind it. And that's what they're doing. And because of that, we don't have China going through and supporting, shockingly, our way of life now. And so we have, granted, we still have countries that are buying our bonds, and this
Right.
is important, but it's, like they were top, second and third next to Japan. And they've been, and there was a long period of time where they were first, but now we've kind of lost them, and they've kind of said, yeah, we're no longer going to be purchasing your bonds, which then affects kind of the way of living that's actually going to happen here in America, potentially. This, if certain things keep happening. And the fact is that there are some, there's some war things going on between China and how they're kind of doing a non physical attack within Taiwan. They're actually trying to win through basically espionage by getting into Taiwan's.
No, but
boundaries.
their foreign minister said they would never do espionage.
No,
It
never.
came right out in Senate, Pedro. Right.
I know.
They said we don't do it at all. It's just ridiculous.
Never.
It's so low class, beneath
I know.
a diplomat to spy. And then they passed a new law saying that every citizen of China that is abroad has to participate in the nation's intelligence gathering activities. So what is it?
Literally.
On one hand, they literally passed a law saying that.
Mm-hmm.
And so they have to participate, which unfortunately for the Chinese, it's going to cause pretty much the ending of unlimited or highly available student visas to United States universities.
Get kicked out. And
work visas. It'll probably do that. In fact, I was reading an article about one of the largest positions that companies are hiring are internal affairs jobs in which you search for insiders stealing from your company. And they said they preferred people that, it's one company said, we prefer people that can understand spoken Mandarin and Cantonese. So they're basically saying we need you to. We're trying to hire people to ferret out spies from the Great Tiger. That's kind of amazing.
Yeah, it's really interesting times that we're living in, and it's going to be even more interesting as crypto really starts to gain governance in Washington. I mean, I already know that congressman or potential congressman Sessler out in Washington is pro crypto. I spoke with them personally. I spoke with a few other like senators
He's a
and
state senator,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Um, and so a few other no, Sessler is
U.S. senator,
Washington. Yeah, no, congressman.
congressman. Ah,
Yeah. And so, but I've spoken to a few other people that I'm not at liberty necessarily to say right now, but just because of what's happening um, in Washington, as literally we kind of speak. So, and a few of these other guys have made their they've got the thumbs up by the orange man, and so that kind of secures their position, at least part of um, the ruling elite, I would call it, unfortunately. So, but the reality, I mean, like, what else do we call it, right? Like, hey, you're pretty solid. But the reality is this: is that I'm seeing this tension now between is Biden has got to stop his onslaught against crypto, because the reality is he's going to lose voters. And I said this earlier in the past. When did I say this? That him doing his anti push against crypto is literally alienating him from younger voters. And this is a big deal, because the reality is, if he keeps doing it, he's going to lose support from the younger senators and congressmen within Washington. Because they're some of the swing states are absolutely sitting there saying crypto is a main point in which they will vote
absolutely,
for. And
1 bazillion%.
yeah. And I mean, what are your thoughts, bud?
We saw it, as we mentioned it a number of times.
Mhm.
We saw it start a few weeks ago with the House of Representatives, Democrat House of Representatives, and the Democratic senators bolting from Joe Biden's position on crypto. And it wasn't a week after that the White House put out an announcement saying, "Hey, we need some crypto advisors to give us your opinion on certain things with crypto." And so everyone thought, "Ooh, it's finally easing here. The mess is finally easing." And then Biden came out and vetoed the congressional override of the SEC's SAB 21 rule. So uh, I think what Biden is trying to do, he's trying to play both sides. He's trying to keep his hard line and his promise to Elizabeth Warren to stamp out evil crypto, and also his campaign advisors are like, hey, "We're all in crypto here, Joe.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're all in crypto here, and a bunch of us are from Ohio, Wisconsin, Michigan, Arizona, and Florida, and all our friends are in crypto, and you're telling them that they're all scammers, so they're not going to vote for you." And so that's a problem. It's a big problem.
He's going to have to go with the voters. I mean, just absolutely, regardless of, because here's the thing: if he goes with the voters, what's going to happen is money's going to flow into his campaign, and people are going to help him out. But you can't stay in office unless you decide you want to become a dictator. Like, it's just, or you're going to, because it's at a point now where people are sitting there going, look, like, we're not voting for you. And we do tie, and we do tie, I call it tithe. We tie to the line of the party, right? We make sure that we follow that. But if you keep doing what you're doing, we can't. Like, they can't support that, because they themselves aren't going to stay in office, which then means you have an onslaught of a red wave that could potentially really get and take over. And here's the thing: I want purple. I want purple, and I want less government, right? More
Right.
decentralization
Me too.
and more self-custody, right? Like, there needs to be, and we need to all come back to the table and really start saying, okay, I don't like this, you don't like this. but we need to get along. Like, we need more of that in this country, because the rest of the world sits there and goes, these guys are idiots. They're going to be easy to take over. And it just messes everything up. And I feel like Biden sits there and he exacerbates the tension.
He what baits?
Exacerbates.
My sisters.
Exacerbates the
Exacerbate.
the tension. Exacerbate. Thank you.
No,
Holy
exacerbate.
crap. Exacerbates.
There you go.
Not there we go.
Thank you.
Masturbate. Yeah, there we go. Exacerbates the actual tension between just the country, and it's like, man, do you not see that there's real tension here? Like, people are losing jobs. You're not helping. Like, we already saw last week alone, we had the pay report, or the payday report. A payday report. Why am I forgetting what it's called? Holy Lord. Payroll report. And then additionally to that, you saw the jobs report, and it's not looking correct. It's like people are sitting there. I mean, you literally had reporters sit there and go, okay, this doesn't make sense. Like, these two should not be kind of going up at the same time. What's actually happening? I mean, and so it's really looking bad on him and his administration. And so he needs to, like, I don't know if he needs to wake up, or he needs to stop, like, bending over in the middle of a French, what did they call that when he was standing there and he literally just kind of got up and turned around this past weekend? I mean, it was kind of made us look really stupid. I forget what that's called that he went out. Do you know what I'm talking about? Maybe not.
No.
Yeah. Anyways, I can't even remember what it's called. But there was a situation that happened in France. Holy crap! Why can I talk today, man?
We're on it today, here, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, we are on it today.
But it just made us look bad, and there's a lot of areas, and it's just like, man, this guy needs to get his stuff together. If he keeps doing what he's doing, he's going to keep messing things up, and he's the president of the United States. Come on, Mr. Biden. Come on, President Biden. Like, get your stuff together, bro.
He's got nothing together. I just saw him over. He was over for the D-Day celebrations, and he could barely get a speech out. I mean, here we have the young and very eloquent president of the Republic of France, Macron.
There you go.
Thank you. And he speaks at ad lib, and he just looks at the audience, and he tells people in multiple languages the good things and the nice things he has to say. And then Biden's looking at the thing, and people are strong, and strong people are stronger are people. D-Day, yeah, that's good. All right, let's go.
Yeah,
and it's just like, you're like, come on, man. I mean, D-Day is 80 years ago. It's like Joe still knows everybody from there. Oh, hey, it was Jimmy. Sorry, he's dead too. Oh, there's Bobby. No, he's too old. He needs to go.
It's kind of scary, because the reality is do they understand? I mean, do you think his party really thinks that the U.S. government or the U.S. people are that dumb?
No, I think somebody's making a ton of money keeping him in the presidency, and so they're keeping him as the head. That's why. Space Cat, you're right. They're both too old. I agree. We need a nice, like France, nice late 40s guy, 50 years old. Someone like me.
50s, 60s. I want to see some gray on the chin, some gray up on top, right? Like, lived life, understands life, can sit there, and if change does happen, they can quickly maneuver and be able to think in a way that is just think. They can just think, like, and talk and communicate. Like, not somebody who potentially could have a heart attack or somebody who's senile. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, can we get somebody in their 50s and 60s, not 70s and 80s? I mean, am I wrong for that, Tom?
Am I wrong? Definitely not wrong.
Anyways, thank you for catching me on the whole entire D-Day thing. I knew my brain was like, why is my brain having issues right now? I was like, holy crap.
Aminu Usman, thanks for joining us. Really appreciate it.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Matt Rhodes says, Tom for president. Yes, of course, Tom for president.
Absolutely. It's really interesting.
Joe Biden, wake up. Joe Biden, wake up. 9/11. Today's
Ooh,
killing day. What happened in 2001? This is Wally POK, Hanatin, Hachot Pachukulisan, Texas, USA.
bro.
24/7 every day. Wake up in USA.
I don't know what's up with the trying to find a Joe Biden thing.
Crazy, bro. That was
America
creepy,
is a
bro.
nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to put him.
Bro, that was so good.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to put him. Excuse me.
I don't know if the people could hear, the viewers could hear that.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word.
Oh, dude, they can hear it. They
I was
can.
going to put him. Excuse me.
It's so good, dude. I love it. I love it.
Wait, hear about this one.
Dude, I love it.
Tac-toe, a
Oh,
winner.
that was Nancy Pelosi.
Pelosi, Miss Pelosi, who's one of the best traders of our time. Thank you. When she's almost as good as Warren Buffett, part time. That's she got skill sets, man. If we all could have that skill set, right? Dang, dude, we got 3 people watching, and I'm one of them. That is hilarious, dude.
Really? That's
Oh,
it
man.
today?
Yeah, I guess so,
Oh,
man.
We've had it up to 27. Let's see how many people we've had to watch on X. On X, we're up to 163.
That's what's up. Please hit that like, hit that heart button, send that out if you're watching us on X. We'd appreciate that. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'll be in the building all day. Yeah, just 3, dude. Well, sometimes that's how it rolls. We're talking about news and stuff like that. We're not talking about degening, so go figure, right?
All right, let's switch over to a little bit to the
Yep.
the story of the day that I wanted to talk about. I
Absolutely.
was hoping to have more people on here to talk about it. Amino sending the love. Thank you very much. Striking for president. Pedro, vice president. Oh, maybe I'll let Pedro be the president.
No, bro. There's
I can
no
just get
way,
the
man.
motorcades and not have to do anything.
Dude, I'd fumble up in my words. I'd probably sound worse than Biden. I'd be like, what's that thing, bro? What up, Doc?
One of my favorite episodes of the show, West Wing, was when the press communication manager director, his name is Josh Lyman. He's the press secretary, who is CJ on the show, reports to him, and she had a root canal, so she couldn't do the press briefing. And as you well know, the people that stand up in front of the White House press have to be well spoken, have to be able to think on their feet quickly, and be able to talk at length about a subject and not really convey any message, so the reporters don't get like what is, and they have to be able to speak and walk the line and be very professional about it. And in this one show, Josh Lyman says, well, CJ can't do it, so I'll do it. And everyone's like, no, don't you do it. No. He's like, I'll be fine. I can rule these press people out there. And as soon as the press people see him come up, they just eat him alive. They're like, they even warned him. They're like, do you really want to do this? He's like, yes, I'm here. I'm a veteran of this industry. And they're like, okay. So the first person asks the question, what's your administration's abortion policy that you're working on right now? And he answers it, and he goes, we don't have an abortion policy. Or he answers like, our abortion policy is something that I'm not going to talk about right now. So they follow it up by saying, so you do have an abortion policy. He's like, well, yeah, but no, but maybe. And then like 10 minutes later, he comes out fully sweated, and his shirt is, fully sweated, and everyone's like running around like, ah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, I would not do. I'm okay doing this, right? And sooner or later, this will come up and bite me in the butt sooner or later down the road, right? Like, I already know it, right? This show, but in all,
so inspiring.
I mean, look, you know what? Like, I'm more of just a truthful guy. I tell it how I feel, and sooner or later, this is gonna come back and bite me. As I keep interacting with, people who are in Washington, right? And so they're gonna be like, "You're a friend of Pedro Garcia," and someone will be like, "Yeah, I like his stance on X, Y, Z, and blah blah blah," and they'll be like, "Yeah, but you know that he is," and it's like, "Yeah, well, we've seen his show, and he knows how much of an idiot he sounds like, and but he's got pretty good ideas, though. You know, he may sound like an idiot, but." If you would listen to Thomas Jefferson wasn't the most eloquent speaker, and he stumbled in his words. And some people argue that he's probably the smartest man who ever walked the, you
Oh,
know,
that's a tangent.
the halls of, you know, of Washington. So
Now that is a tangent. All right,
Just
ladies
saying.
and gentlemen, well, the
Yeah.
graphic I got up there right now, Pump.Fun Mania, and I had AI dream up a little air compressor pumping up the Solana coin. And why do you think I'm talking about that? Well, I'm talking about it because of this website right behind me here. Pump.Fun. And if you haven't used Pump.Fun, it is a lot of fun. It's a token creation webpage, and they do think, and obviously token generators have been around a long time, since like 2017 or 15, whatever. But this one's different. It does two things. It ensures that things are not rug pulls, and it ensures that there's a level playing field for everybody by doing tokens that only do a few things. They just launch with a limited supply. They have no team wallets, no developer tokens, no nothing. You just launch the coin, and you are one of the chumbalones just like everybody else. And there's only a couple of fields to fill out. Your social media stuff, your maximum amount of coins, blah, 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 this type of stuff. And then it starts trading on their website. But it does not start trading on a full DEX until it gets so much interest on the website. And by then, it's generated a little bit of market cap. And when you reach a little bit of market cap and a little less liquidity, and when it gets to a certain amount of market cap, right around $65,000, which usually means about $5,000 to $6,000 in LP, which means people have bought about $5,000 of your project. Could be less, could be $2,000 or $3,000 of your project. They send it over to Radium, and they launch your contract there on the Solana's DEX Radium, and then they burn that LP. And so instantly, a contract is launched on Radium that has burned LP, no team or dev tokens, and whatever the dev has bought on his own is his money in there. And so he doesn't have enough tokens to rug the thing. And so everything that gets launched is a safe meme coin. And all it takes now is a competition from the marketing side of it to get it out in front of the eyeballs of the degens. And it's going bonkers. This little graphic up here in the corner is just people buying all the time. You watch it go by, and it's like such and such bought. And it's absolutely, it's bonkers. And all of these projects here, I'll turn the animations on so we can just get all crazy here for a minute. Everyone uploads their icon or whatever it is. I'll turn them off because they'll drive you crazy. And talks about their project. So here we go. We have a market cap one here of FetKet Dev. FetKet, F-E-T-Ket. A market cap of $29,000 already. So it won't be long before that one gets launched.
Bro, you might want to scroll down a little bit more and more quickly.
Oh, there's some great ones here. There's the guy spanking the butt there. There's the Tate.
Dude, we don't need
Andrew
that.
Tate beats feminist ticker. TBF. Tate beats feminist. These Trump ones. There's launching. There's a kid taking a poop. Of course, apes, all this kind of stuff. Everything you could possibly think of to get people's attention, including one that was launched the other day by Iggy Azalea. Oh, hold on. What do we have here? Sounds great, but I don't really like the appearances of the website, but I'm an eye candy user. Yeah, well, no, the appearance of the website is kind of crap. But it's simple, and when websites are simple, there's fewer things to get hacked. And I'm sure Pump.Fun has been the target of a number of hacks or hack attempts or something like that. In fact, they were exploited a little while ago. Anyway, a lot of celeb coins are being launched on this as well, including Iggy Azalea used Pump.Fun to launch her coin, which is now a $200 million coin.
Million.
200. Let's see where it is today. So people started telling me about it when it was at about a $40 million coin, and I didn't buy it, of course, because I'm like celeb coin and all that. And then I learned about it, did some research on it. You'll know why in a day or two when I come out with another episode of DYOR now. But as you can see here behind me, the mother coin now is it started way down there at the bottom. It pumped a nice little retracement, but still a 10x retracement. The bottom of the retracement still 10x above it, and then it just launched all the way up. And there's a wallet tracker going on here, and there's people that bought on the first day at Pump.Fun who are now have wallets in the equivalent of $5 to $9 million.
What's liquidity? I can't see that.
Liquidity is $5 million on a $180 million market cap. So a little light on liquidity. It means the market cap is a little artificially pumped high, so wallets are thick. But people are holding. People are holding because she's not just promoting it. She's getting in public fights with Vitalik.
Really?
Yeah. She's like basically accused him of keeping all these expensive gas fees. And other people are like, that's not how this works there, buddy. But
yeah.
But still, she's raising awareness for her coin the old-fashioned way through rap lyrics and drama, and it's pumping like crazy. All because of Pump.Fun. She beat all these degens here at their own game. And like I said, I'm gonna have an episode of DYOR now that comes out and talks about that, how to make $200 million in a meme coin land. But the important point, so we talk about this in the interesting part of Pump.Fun and all that. But if we all recall, a year and a half ago, was it a year and a half ago? Yeah, it was in the fall of 22. So
is there another page of this besides this right here?
Oh yeah, they go on. There's I think there's
No. Go all the way up. Go up.
Here's Dwayne the Cock.
Oh.
Market cap $5,000.
Did you put the website in the show notes so people can click on it?
Yeah, it's just Pump.Fun. Pump.Fun. But anyway, if we recall Jesus, some of these things are horrible. Anyway, as I was trying to say, I keep getting distracted here. Oh, here's no King of the Hills up 32,000 market cap. But anyway, we recall that Solana was down to $8 following the explosion of FTX and all that. And it worked its way back to about $40. And then all of a sudden, it just started going nuts. It just started going, it was like next day it was $50, and then it was 60, and then it was 70, then it was 8. People like, how fast is it going to get to 100? And by the time people finished their posts, it was at 100. And it sat there for a little bit, and everyone's like, this thing's moving. The trading volume is crazy on Solana. And everyone's like, why? And they're like, well, Bonk launched. And they're like, all right, that's one meme coin. And that's what kind of you saw Pedro and I, or at least my view of meme coins, start to turn around. I mean, they're my view of them is that they're still worthless scum. But they've turned around from just pure worthless scum into volume generators and things that bring money to blockchains. And they're great marketing tools, in other words. And so Bonk became this great marketing tool. And so all of a sudden, all these tokens started getting launched. And like the week after Bonk was launched and went very high, there was another 50 to 70,000 Solana meme coins launched immediately. Every one of those had to buy some Solana to pay somebody to launch it, which Pump.Fun takes 0.02, so right now about $30 to launch. And they have to buy, people have to buy Solana that ends up in the liquidity pool that ends up getting burned. So no one can steal it right away. Eventually when it sells out, the money comes out of the liquidity pool. But all of that was generating interest in Solana and trading volume in Solana, and moving the bags up. And Solana has a big ecosystem. And all of a sudden, all those ecosystem partners, their bags started going up because they're all based on Solana. and suddenly their ecosystem was wealthy again after being very poor for a little while. And with that trading volume up, people are like, well, that's all meme coins. But nobody cared. Nobody cared because all the other, I mean, when you go to Solana's website and look at their ecosystem, there's hundreds of companies with, I think it's something like $4 or $5 billion worth of VC money put into them that are like their active top companies. All those companies are like, the price of Solana's up. We don't care. Meme the F out of everything because it's bringing more TVL, more money over into Solana and more trading volume, and that helps us all. All created by this website here where there's half-naked meme coin guys, penises, you name it, guys spanking girls, all this type of
Real
stuff.
quick.
There's even one here, Spank.
Here's the thing, man. I'm looking at this right now. I'm actually trying to find this on my computer, and it's literally not letting me even get to it, which is I find really interesting.
You can't type the words Pump.Fun in your browser.
No, dude, I'm telling you.
Go to Google. Just Google Pump.
Right, that's what I just did.
Come on.
Look, I'm telling you. Look,
are you one of the people that has safe search on?
Well, shoot, I might. I just realized that it could be because it's literally not letting me. Pump.Fund. Pumpfund.
No, not fund. Pump.Fun.
Pump.Fun. Oh, I got you. That makes sense. Now I understand why I have a. Looks like I've downloaded a virus. Good job already. Now looks like I'm gonna need somebody to come check me out now. Alrighty then, because I went to Pump.Fund and it literally said, "This is a malicious site. Do not go here." And
well, as long as you didn't go there, you're fine. Your browser kept you safe.
No, I went there because I said, "Are you sure it's Pump.Fund?" And you're like, "Dude, yes." Anyways. Anyways.
Pedro.
Yeah.
Gabriel's laughing at this one. Gabriel, how'd you find us? Where'd you come to us from? Really appreciate you signing up and watching our show. Maybe you've watched us under a different name in the past. Anyway, thanks for joining us. I really appreciate it. We're going to need lots of viewers lately and YouTube advertising revenue but Pedro's going to have all his wallets hacked here and account drained.
Yep. All righty. I'm gonna bring in one of my friends who's a total cybersecurity and go, "Dude, can you take care of this? Because it looks like I just jacked everything up."
Well, as long as you didn't click on anything on the website, I mean, you went there. I mean, as long as your browser's patched, the chances of just visiting and getting a drive-by, as they say, are very low. As long as your browser's updated.
Yeah.
But that's right. Since Dogecoins, right? Poor Dogecoins. Wah. Pedro and I got hammered on that. We took what we were.
Bro, they killed us.
Took what we were paid to in sponsor fee for that one, and we just said, screw it. Let's just invest it in Dogecoins. Maybe there'll be more social media activity. And it literally is from the time we hit buy till now, it's just been going down.
Drop, dude. It
if
literally
I waited 10 minutes to buy it, we would have saved half our money because it dropped by half in those 10 minutes.
Did I not say we should probably wait
just
to see if it comes down, like just in case, and whatever. But you know what? It was a good lesson. A very, very good lesson. Dude, I'm actually shocked, man. Like 180 views, bro. Altogether, 233 views. It's impressive on our good old friend X here website. Or
230?
Viewing. Yeah, I got 237.
Wow, I'm still at 180. Let me refresh that page there.
Yeah, refresh it, bro.
Now with the 181.
181? How's it you got 181 and I got 237?
I don't know how they count this shit.
It doesn't matter. So let's jump back real quick to the actual market here because I think this is really interesting. Let's check out Solana because obviously they're sitting pretty good when it comes to bringing money in, and I'm curious to see, like, I don't understand why they're are they going to be doing any buybacks, or is it just simply going to be kind of whatever happens, you know?
I to be honest, I don't know how the hell Solana works. I don't know if they do buybacks or whatever, or if the Solana Foundation buys stuff and just burns it or whatever. I don't really know.
Ah, gotcha. Yes, well, it is what it is. I'm noticing it right here. But I think what's really interesting more than anything else is that um, when it comes down to Solana, dude, if it's flush like that, and we're seeing it kind of kind of come down a little here, you know, I would expect then it to sell off. I mean, if they're kicking butt like that, I would assume that they're looking to at least, you know, do some type of buyback or something. I mean, to help out their holders. Here's my other question. In relationship to the actual business itself bringing money in, what's the like what do you think what do you think they would do with all that money? I mean, just keep funding projects like
Yep.
you know,
They're grant the Solana Foundations. Well, first of all, they have you know a lot of Solana token in the first place.
absolutely.
But the value of what they can give out for grants now has just gone up by 10x, and that's how they fund the ecosystem. They get it started, they nurture companies, and put it
And get
on.
it
If
going.
you've got a good idea for a project that would be good on Solana, um, then you can go to the foundation and apply for a grant and see if they give it to you. I mean, imagine Pump.Fun just saying, "Hey, we want to put crappy meme coin. We need 100K to design a good website and come up with a couple smart contracts and do a little marketing." And now they're earning Pump.Fun. Rumors are that they're earning $1 million a day in fees.
$1 million.
$1 million a day. But
Really?
think who's really making the money?
Solana.
The Solana validators. That whole
Yeah.
network of validators, they're earning that gas monies. I mean, and Solana's cheap. We all know it's cheap. But when when you crank that stuff up and the volume is crazy, then you start earning the big bucks.
I mean, how much money they got to spend? I mean, just looking at
Yanni
Pump
in
here.
Israel, thanks for joining us. Really appreciate it.
I mean, dude, it's literally like at least one every second, bro. I'm like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and these are all ones that are just being
I don't
created.
know how they do that for it. It's not in order of how they launch. There's some method to it.
Last reply. Oh, these are just replies. I got it. All right, boom. These
Yeah, and
aren't.
so they with token generators have been around for a long time, and
Mhm.
why isn't that updating? And these guys introduced the social media aspect to it. It's like they said,
Absolutely.
there's plenty of other sites like Operation Phoenix just launched one, a coin generator, but these guys introduce everything you could possibly think into it, and it works great. And people reply to it and insult each other and say your Pepe coin sucks beep versus my Pepe coin, and apparently they have Uncle Addy coins too, which is not always a good thing, but even those have those people too. And so it's just running up the money for Solana at the expense of who? Well,
Absolutely.
pretty much at the expense of BNB, because the meme coin market on BNB, while there, I mean, our friends Stag and Dragon Balls, and all those
Yeah.
guys, uh, Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Balls, whatever they're calling now. They exist, and there was I can't remember the name of it. There was a recent meme coin on BNB that went to 700 million or something like that, but not like Solana or Base or Blast and stuff like that, where it's just absolutely crazy.
Crazy.
Crazy, yeah. The couple of the World of Rewards people stopped by and went over to their Telegram room and posted a picture of how I have it now with their ad up. World of Rewards, guys. If you're a small token project and you want more holders, go see the guys at worldofrewards.finance. And what they do is they take some of your supply and give it to their holders via rewards, and then you end up with new holders. Works pretty well. Go over and see them. Let's see who we got here. Israel says, "Hi Tom, nice show. Thank you, Israel. Really appreciate
Thanks,
it,
brother. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. It's really interesting to sit there, and I think this is like really important to really look at is as we continue to like even evolve as the meme coin industry. I think this is never. I mean, not to say it's not going to slow down, but I mean, I think we're just getting started on this aspect. I mean, the fact is that I mean, Izzy is blowing up off of the meme coin. And I think sooner or later, I think she's probably going to be the first one who's really going to sit there because within this is building her own I mean her own fans are jumping in this. Her own fans got this. And once the artists sit there and see how much money she's making off of this, right? Well, either through taxes or however through it, right? Like she's making pretty good money. And so, I mean, I could totally see, like, let's say, Eminem, all these guys that sit there. Eminem was just recently in the news and stuff like that. That's why I bring him up. But like he, him seeing, wow, you can make money off of this like that. Dang, not just with NFTs, but my own coin, my own people. I mean, it would make sense to me if once I come out with my own new, album, my own new artist, whatever it would be, right? Why wouldn't I want to create my own coin and to have my own people,
Yeah,
my own fans?
I think you're going to see
like,
the whole celebrity market blow
yes.
open now, especially since
Why
with
wouldn't
the
you?
new disclaimers now that they're putting out there, it's just
Yep.
saying this is not an investment, this is entertainment,
Yep.
and don't expect to make any money. It seems like they've gotten off the hook for all this stuff. That it's not a security. There's nobody's going to make any money on this. Yada yada. We're not trying to make you money on this. We're not doing whatever.
Yep.
We're just trying to pump it and have some fun, see how high we can get it before it dumps and everyone loses their shirts. And they got all of a sudden the SEC doesn't mention anything about it. Celebrities are back in it. I guess I'm sure someone will slip up. Slip up.
You think?
Yeah.
Think? Sorry, go ahead.
Quickly, Gabriel asked about. I know it's talk about Solana, but what about Ton? Or Ton, however you want to say it. That's obviously a banger as well. Just because of the user base size,
dude,
and it's growing like crazy.
Dude, I this weekend I finally switched over. There was a good deal for Telegram, and so I got in at I was able to buy for a full year for real cheap, and I was like, dang.
Oh,
dude.
TG Premium.
Yeah, and I sat there and I was just like, holy crap, dude! Like this is not bad. It's actually pretty good. Now I understand why. Right, all the stuff, all the.
Well, you don't need to use the Telegram wallet to trade Ton. I made a mistake, and I did use the Telegram wallet. I had $400 in it, and then I logged into Telegram from the U.S. and it froze my wallet, and I can't get the money out of it.
Oh, that sucks, bro.
I know, because it's not a. The Telegram wallet is a.
It's non-U.S. base.
No, I mean it's not a private key base. I couldn't just load another Ton wallet, enter the keys in, and then grab it. I've got to apply for them to say release my wallet, and then I'll withdraw the money. But I've emailed them a million times. I'm not seeing that money again. And not only that, but I started a second Ton wallet, and I can't remember the name of it. And I can't find it on my phone, and I know I put $100 or $200 into some meme coin. So I hope I figure it out, and it turns out the meme coin went to like 10 million or something like that.
Watch it, dude. That's one thing we need to do. Speaking of buying meme coins, probably Wednesday we're gonna call it, and we haven't really titled what the segment's going to be, but it's basically we go in and we buy a meme coin, whether it's $5 or $100 or whatever it would be. But what we're looking to do is really just kind of bring exposure to different meme coins out there, and maybe we're gonna call it like, what was it that I said earlier, like medium Wednesday? No, who was it? Medium week meme day, whatever it is. I forget it.
Meme coins or something.
Oh, that's what it was. Midweek meme coins. There you go. And go through and kind of set this up where so the reason why I bring that up is we're looking to be buying. And if you guys know a lot of the, say, Tama crew out there. I did, I had the old Saint Tama, and I did buy a little bit of their stuff
I
here.
can't even
But the
say it
biggest,
properly. What's it? Sayatama? Say
yeah,
Ayatama?
Saitama is One Punch Man. That's really what it is. And the cartoon people have kind of even just disavowed like their
Right.
stuff. Like they're like, because of the original situation that happened with the original Saitama, whatever it is. Actually, I think it was Saitama is what it is. But it's just one of those things that I think is really interesting. Now, we want to do this, and it would be on, let's say, Wednesday, where we just kind of go in and we buy a meme coin that, like whoever the biggest and largest people that hit our, what do you call, our comment section, or just hit us on, Twitter, or hit us on, I can't say Twitter, on X, or even on Facebook, man. Like whoever hits us and really just hits hard on just get, interaction and pushing the name out there, we'll just go and we'll buy their stuff, because I think it's, we appreciate it.
All right, Pedro, give a run through ton. I got to call the missus real quick.
All right, real quick. All right, so right now, what's going on Ton? Ton is really interesting, just simply because we're definitely putting in higher lows here, as you can see. As we this huge push up from $2 all the way up, and I expected to see us come down a little bit more, right? Simply because of, long story short, I didn't see any real buying coming, but it looks like it's holding here. So for me personally, I would sit there and say it created an all-time high a few days ago, and we had a nice little pullback here now. But it's like, if we do continue, I would love to see this thing kind of come back down and test this 100-day period moving average, sitting at that 551 area, just simply because I want to come in and get in on a pullback instead of trying to catch at all-time highs, right? That's never a good thing to do, buy in at all-time highs, right? Like these people right now, you see all this volume here, is kind of unhappy. Now, in addition to that, I want to bring up that as we're moving up, you can see how volume is dropping off here. So this big, huge push up from this moment on, you can see how we had a lot of green volume. But now you're starting to see, as we're consolidating here at this level, we're starting to see TON here kind of sit at this sideways position. So for me, as I'm looking at this, I'm expecting us to see some type of pullback, right? Because look, you can see the volume step in, and you can see the sellers stepping in as they're moving. So give me 1 second here. There we are. So like this is kind of like one of the areas I would expect to see it. Now I don't really see any buyers sitting here. Let me check that monthly and weekly. Yeah, nothing sitting there weekly. I guess we've got some buyers sitting at the $6.50 mark area here. We can see it pull back to here. That's one area. And then the next spot really is down at that $5 mark. So we got the 650, 640 area here. And then we got the $450, $5 mark area here for a pullback. If we do push down below this, then I would like to see a good little, here we go, a nice little bounce right here. Change this up. Boom. Actually, we'll just do that right here. Weekly.
Gabriel, I totally can understand your thoughts that meme coins will move to ton. They'll move anywhere in which the lemmings run. Wherever the Pied Piper says, "Come on, guys, let's go," and lead all the rats out of town, that happens. And someday, some influencer is going to say, "Hey, I'm over on ton here," and everyone's going to start. Pump.Fun will open up a new thing on ton, and then it'll go crazy. But I totally agree with you. It's going to happen. It happens with everybody. It happened with BNB. Now they're dead. It happened with Solana. They're pumping. It's just starting with Crow. Crow's starting to go nuts. Now that Crypto.com is taking some of those tokens and launching them on their exchange, giving them huge news and super pumps. And it's happening on Base. It's happening on Base because Base is doing the same thing. Coinbase is doing the same thing. And so I think what Ton needs though is a big exchange to really back them. They've obviously got Telegram doing it, but Telegram's starting to do a million things. They need like Telegram to spin off an exchange to really hit it with Ton.
Absolutely, man. It's really interesting to see as we continue, right? With the celebrity. I mean, I know personally, like, dude, I mean, don't be shocked if you see a Tom and Pedro coin, right?
We're getting rich, bitches. What's the market cap? $68. What's the LP? $6.
Oh yeah. But I mean, you get what I'm saying, though. It's just like, I mean, why would they not, right? I mean, if you're selling a a single or an LP or something where you just say, here's a single I want to release here, and you just test to see, hey, will you buy my coin and will you buy this? I know,
Right.
if I was talented, besides being a sounding idiot at times, I would definitely do something like that. I would definitely I would definitely sit there and be like, or, I mean, who knows? I'd sit there and say, if you want me to look at a chart, buy some Pedro and Tom. You know what I'm saying? Granted, we'll sit there and say for 100 charts or 100 chart lookups, right? It'd be 50 cents. So I mean, make sure to make it easy for everybody. But it's just like one of those things. Why would you not, right? Why would you not?
Thank you, Crypto Wiz on X for following us. Appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely, man. Thank you, Mr. Wiz, Crypto Wiz. Is that the Wiz that I know? Oh, snaps. I think it is. What's up, brother? If it is the one that I know, thank you so much. Appreciate you.
I think
very
so.
Much. Nice. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you. I sound like a Jewish.
Gabriel says he would buy the Striking and Pedro coin. I'm sure once we get to be somewhat popular here, we will launch a coin based out of Bermuda or something like that. Not offering any securities in the United States or anything like that. And we'll all get rich, and then we'll go to Ibiza for some hookers and drugs.
Well, that would be you. That's gonna be you.
Obviously,
dude, I always
joke.
think
It's a joke.
yes. The reason why I'm saying is he had a you got to tell him every time you say it, it sounds like you're a mad creeper. You got to tell him the story behind it.
I had a business partner, which we won a really big contract from the Canadian government, and multi-millions and millions of dollars. And the first thing he says is, "Oh, great, let's go to Ibiza." Seriously, he says. Seriously, he says, "Great, let's celebrate by going to Ibiza, and we'll get a bunch of hookers and drugs and booze." And I was like,
"That should have been."
I mean, and not only that, but the contract wasn't like, well, you got to start working on that eventually. It needed to start work like tomorrow. Like we needed to start spinning up, investing, engineering, research and design, blah, 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 blah. We had a lot of things to do. And I told him, I said, the contract's a 5-year contract. I said, when we're done with this contract, if we're successful at it, we'll have plenty of money. Plenty of money. And we can go to do whatever you want. And he's like, oh, yeah, but no, you should celebrate now. I'm like, let's celebrate in 5 years when we're done. Needless to say, with that mindset difference, he wanted to celebrate at the beginning. I wanted to celebrate at the end after we're profitable. Did that business relationship work out, ladies and gentlemen?
No. So that's why every time he sits there and says that, I crack up because I'm just like,
literally, it was a $35 million contract with about $17 million in optional contracts and options. And he's totally screwed it up. Actually,
talk about
I have blame for it too because I didn't manage my business partner well. If you have a business partner and a thing like that, he was on the other side of the world. I was here, and he was an idiot. He has an ego problem too, and I didn't manage that well, and it cost me everything.
I think to me personally, when it comes to like business management or a person that I plan on doing business with, one of the biggest things that I sit there do is I try to get an argument, and I want to see if the end of it, and like I've done this with Tom. One of the main reasons why I actually decided to partner with Tom in a relationship is because we got into a little bit of disagreement in certain things, and he was able to hear me regurgitate what I was trying to say, okay? and then sit there and say, I can see that view, right? Which means that
And then I hit
he
the mute
literally.
No, but that's right. That makes for a good
Yes.
discussion, especially on a
Yes.
show in which you have people of multiple viewpoints on things.
Absolutely. But also means that the man doesn't have a huge ego where he always has to be right. And it means that he can actually hear different views and that he may not even agree with, but you can sit there and say, you know what, I can at least see that perspective, right? So I mean, the fact is that he was willing to give his first child blood vial to no, I was just joking.
Pedro. Anyway, we got Jesus in the house. Jesus.
What's up,
Jesus has left the chosen land and joined us. So speaking of, did you hear the new song out now talking about how Trump is Jesus?
No, bro.
It has to be it has to be
no.
Christian rock. It's just got that sound to it.
No, please.
Anytime
I
you hear
can't
Christian rock, you're like, oh, it's got that, people are fucked in the head sound to it when they're singing. But it's got that. But it literally compares him to Jesus Christ. He's coming. He is rising.
Bro,
Oh.
no. Why do oh, dear Lord, forgive them, for they know not
Jesus,
what
I
they
don't
do.
understand. I get what TP, Tom, and Pedro. What's O and E?
O-N-E? O-N-E. Bro, I'm perusing through Twitter, bro, and literally there's this picture of as soon as I heard, the thing, this thing popped up, and this is literally what I'm thinking of, like, when it comes to the idea of a Jesus Savior, like if you see, dude, it's just, dude, that's just like,
dude's face.
dude, yeah, dude, like how it's just like,
And everyone's got the
oh,
look on their
man.
face, like, what the fuck?
Like, what? Like, what do you mean a Christian rock song making him out to be the savior of the, like, you know this man might be the Antichrist. I mean, I'm not saying he is or he isn't. Listen, I like him because he's pro crypto, and as long as he stays in that line of, like, I don't, maybe I should be quiet. I mean, I just want him, listen, just make crypto, like, legal. Okay, just make it legal.
Crypto great again.
Just make it legal and get out of the way, because we'll help like restructure the whole entire political view. We'll make sure that people are actually heard with decentralization and as I'm gonna go on my rant here, and I'm not, I can't believe there's an actual.
All right, Jesus says TP is for technical Pedro.
Technical Pedro, yeah.
And OE is for you old English.
Old English, bro.
I'm Irish.
Yeah.
And Herlihy is my last name. Family names: Herlihy, Fitzgerald, O'Gara, O'Shea.
O'Shea.
Come on, man. Valentine.
O'Shea. But dude, it's just, man, I can't believe. And listen, I'm not against Trump and I'm not pro Trump. I just want, it's like I just want things to be run well. That's my thing. Is I want our government to be run well, and I want things to run well, and I want you to stay out of my business.
All right. Pedro, do me a favor while we're finished. Yeah. Let's finish up this Ton talk by bringing up Not Coin. It's
Not
NOT coin, not coin.
Not coin.
And it's on Ton, another big meme coin.
Alrighty. Whoa, bruh. Okay,
how
20x, 30x.
How old
Not
is that?
Bad. It is. It looks like May 16th.
That's it.
Yeah, May 16th. There we go. I see it coming down to about this lower level here. Previous peaks, something to be looking at right here. Boom. And we'll sit there and do this right here. Previous peaks, where we also have a demand zone sitting as well.
How do you divide those lines from one line into two?
What?
You just clicked on one green line and suddenly became two. How did you duplicate it so easily? You didn't redraw it.
Because I'm the man.
What you hold Alt down and
what is this? What is going on? What is this craziness you are doing? No, what you do is you just hit control.
Oh, control.
And just make sure, it's really important that you don't grab up here, you grab the actual line. Because I remember the first time I did it, I was like, wait, what happened? And I kept trying, and I literally spent like like a minute, sitting there going, why isn't it not doing it again? Because I was like, what?
Disclosure Network says, can we look at something? So Disclosure will do that after we're doing this one.
Yeah.
Thanks
Yeah,
for
so,
joining us.
yeah,
Appreciate it. Let us know how you found us. Type in the comments. how you found us.
absolutely. Good to have you. All right, so this is really important for me to look at, and I think this is really because this is kind of cool. So it did a 10x, which is a 30x, and right off the jump, you went from 001 all the way up to 009. So almost did a 10x its first day. Came back, did a pretty good consolidation, which is pretty awesome. Came down about, what is that? 4, so went to almost 1, and it came back down to about 4-ish. So that's a good little retracement that it came down to. And then you just see it. Boom. Once it got above that 8-period moving average, bro, it just started singing. Look at that. It just moving up, moving on up. But then, like, what I find interesting now, and this is actually, and it's flowing pretty well. Even though it just got below the 8-period moving average, you see how I'm starting to see some buyers come in. So it's a good sign of saying it potentially could be going up here. I do expect it, and this is, I would sit there to potentially come down to the why is that so, dude? What is it with me talking today? 0.014 right here, or you can see it pull back to the 0.009 area here. So you've got a few points here that you could potentially be looking for a pullback. I would expect it to at least come down and touch again the 0.014-ish area here. And the reason why is because of the 20-period moving average, and that's why. So I'm going to use this as a line to potentially be looking to buy in. Also, in addition to that, to see that the coin here, as it's moving, as it tried to push up today, you can see we're losing out on volume here. So that's why I'm really expecting to see it pull back. But again, this is a meme coin, and we all know with meme coins, if something hits, all TAs out the window, and this might be going to the moon. But I would look, if I'm looking to actually get in on it, to be this is really the areas of where I'm looking is at the 013, 014 area, and the 0.009 to the 0.007-ish area. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Bow, chicka bow.
Dun,
I'll
dun,
drop that.
dun.
I'll drop that.
Yo,
over
actually,
here.
that would.
I know, but
dope.
I'm going to turn the volume up and it'll blow you out.
Oh, don't blow me up, bro. Don't, please. Nah. So what was the other one? Who else wanted us to look at something?
Disclosure Crypto, thank you for joining us. There's something called the Gary Network. G-A-R-I. Gary Network. We might need some more
what's it
information
on?
on how to find that.
Yeah, Gabriel, where is it at? I'm trying to see, Tom, this really great. Godwin, boom, boom, guys, Ape and World, boom, 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 because it's easy. Meme coin will move to Telegram.
Gary Network. Its symbol is just Gar, G-A-R-I.
G-A-R. Oh, that's what I did wrong. G-A-R-I. There we are. Forgive me. I just put G-A-R-Y. Okay. Dang, this thing's been around for a minute and a half. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, sorry. I shouldn't have. Well, the good thing, if you're in this,
What's the? Just to make sure you get the right one. What's the price that you have there for it right now? About 18 cents.
No, I have 0.2015. So like basically 2 cents.
Oh, sorry, I get. Yeah, 2 cents. 2 cents. Right.
Yeah, I was about to say exactly big sale. A big sale. Tom Pedro with hat. That's so dope. That's funny, with hat. All right. You know what, dude? I do look forward to the day when they start making meme coins about us. I think that's gonna be awesome. Okay, so I'm looking at this. Honestly, it kind of does look like it dead. Like they had a lot of volume last month. The only thing that I can sit there and say is I don't know if this was where they launched something, right? And there was a lot of volume that stepped in. Oh,
When you hear the cats dying, you know Pedro's getting a phone call. I just can't believe you have a your ringer on. You're like one of the few people I know that actually has a ringer that is on. Jesus says, bought some Brett Gold last night on Sol. That was Brett Gold.
hey, sorry about that, guys. My
All
bad. So here's this is what I'm seeing here. So you can see how we already did the consolidation period. And so that's a decent area. Like I don't know what they're what they offer, what they're doing, but the consolidation period here isn't bad. It's going to be really important over the next couple weeks for them to get above that 20 period moving average. Now we did try, and it did. You can see that trying of it potentially could push this even higher. There was a lot of volume really trying to get this up and running. So respects to that. But it's got to get above those moving average because that's really holding the resistance against it, right? I'm looking to see really what the majority of the volume was here. So it was buyer volume, and this would have been on the 30th of April. So if you could maybe clue me in what happened with the on the 30th there, that would be dopey dope, Mr. Disclosure Crypto, for Gary. But that right here did push, and it did a pretty decent job of really piercing the higher time frames. But the key is we've got to see, it's got to get above that, right? It's got to get above that resistance. And right now, almost on every higher time frame, you have, I mean, it's not even above the 8, right? Like it tried, it couldn't even get above the 8 on the daily. You can see how it tries and it gets sold off. So don't know if there's a bunch of sellers in this project just basically bleeding it, or just can't get traction, but something to be looking at. I would say potentially, and let me put up some, let's see here. Oof. It's just nothing but sellers. You see this right here. See all these wicks here? Those are just nothing but sellers. So every time I try to get momentum, it would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a sign of insiders dumping it and selling the volume. Like, ooh, someone bought big. I'll sell 90% of it and it'll still be positive. But it kills momentum, takes the money out of the project.
But the other aspect of it is if it can get above this right here, if it can stay above this monthly and weekly zone, which is at the 3-cent mark area, that's a good sign, right? I would sit there and be like, okay, dope. It just should be able to go higher. But it's just, you can see we have lower low, and it looks like we're about to create another lower low, which would be low that 0.0093. If you're married to the coin, just make sure it ain't cheating on you, right? That's real important. But if you're just sitting there just trying to trade this thing, I think there are other coins out there that you could find that you could make money on, and try to and really make a decent product on this. But when it comes down to it, the worst part is you just got a lot of resistance above it. The weekly, the monthly, the daily, you're fighting against the trend here. That's it in a nutshell. Anything else?
Jesus says, look up Brett Gold. And he's sending. I'm gonna drop the contract address in your PG.
Who's
right
it
on? Now.
Perfect. Boom.
Jesus is wanting to use us as exit liquidity because he's telling us that it's a good time to buy right now.
Oh, okay. Give me 1 second.
Pedro, you sent me that article about Russian warships going to Cuba. They do that every year.
Yeah.
They literally do it every year.
Okay, that's why I knew you would probably know this. I just want to be like, is this normal, bro? Like, this is kind of crazy here.
Yeah, they do it every year, and it's a big vacation. It's like the ships that are the best of the awful Navy they have. They do have a little competition in some more games, and the guys that win get to go to Cuba.
Oh, really? That's funny. That's actually so they
And
take
all the
him to...
prostitutes make out well that week.
Dude. Oh, it breaks my heart, man. But it's just funny though. It's funny. All right, man. Actually, it's holding off of that 8-period moving average. Okay. Had a nice little, so you bought yesterday around this level, which was a good area. I like where you got in at.
Oh, sorry, what do you got at Brett Gold?
Yeah, this is Brett Gold. Yep. Yep. Nice little area. And how hard is it moving? See that? All right. So it looked like it was picking up momentum. You can see things were pumping here. But it looks like there is some sellers going off. It kind of all depends on what's going to happen. I would get out of this.
It's
like
hard
if
to
this
see
is
that
just
chart,
a simple.
Pedro.
Oh, give me 1 second.
Gotta
and
fill
let
in
me
those
throw it up.
candles on that black background.
Yeah, there we go. Is that better?
No, it's just, I mean, the thin lines of the
I
of
see
the
what you're saying.
candles, you can't really see them. Maybe
Yeah,
you
give me
can
1
fold them up or something. Or...
Yes, sir. 1 second, sir. All right. Settings. Boom. Body. All right, there we go. Boom. Okay, so as you guys can see here, then we're actually came in, we sold off here, found support right at this level here. So this is going to be 0015-ish. It all depends. So this is going to be real important, right? This is always a little bit of the technical part. We did have not as much seller step in here. Okay, so for me, this would be one of those things that the person, people made, what is it, 5-0, and up here from 5-0 to 4-3. This was almost was that 100x? Come on, brain, work with me. 5 zeros, 5 zeros, 4s. Oh wait, shoot, wow, that's really good. Why am I thinking 5 zeros? Yeah, this is.
Oh, that's not 5 zeros.
Yeah. Look.
Oh no, I mean
Yes,
they
that's
didn't drop 5 zeros. It started at 5 zeros.
No, yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. So, like these people are selling, so they're, we're talking it's almost 100x there, right? So
yeah,
this thing came
money's
up.
coming out of that project really fast. We'll see
Yeah.
if they've got. From me, just looking at the numbers, not at Pedro's chart lines, it's clear that some big wallets are selling. Those big drops or wallets, dumping those things. But the people did buy it back. So it'll be interesting to see. That volume needs to come up, right, Pedro? If the volume starts coming up, this thing will recover. If the volume drops, people will sense that and take their money and run for the hills.
Agreed. So I'll bring this up. So this is maybe the area that I would look to maybe get in if you're looking to dollar cost average to this or see what you can make happen. This is right here at this lower level here, at that 306 to the 304-ish area, to get in at, just simply because that was previous highs before it exploded. So you're getting in really at where people would be selling off to rebuy back. Oh, I'm sorry. This area here is an area where no, it's okay. There we go.
Got it.
All right. So you can see here previous highs were at. So you can saw where it found support. So it consolidated, looks like, for a few days, and then it exploded here, and it came back down and found support where we saw the ascent here, and now we're kind of coming back down because a lot of people made a lot of money. So if they're going to get back in, this would be the area at that 0006 area to the 0004 area, where they would sit there and say, all right, they've gotten a pretty good moon back. Let's leave another, let's see if we can buy a little bit more in. And on top of that, you're buying 10 times the amount, right, at this level. So potentially push it even higher. It depends on when they decide or how they decide they want to go through and play this. But that's what I would be looking to get in at. at those lower levels right here. I would look for maybe some type of sell-off, boom, buy it back, and then on the smaller time frames, you want to see a ton of volume coming in.
Base Cat, have a good time in the gym. Do a couple of cardio laps for me, because I don't do that shit.
Yeah.
But I do walk with the missus, though. I'll walk outside with the missus, but not up there.
Do your squats. Get your squats in. Get your squats.
I used
Get
to
your
do
squats in.
I used to do them, but
Bro, I
not
love
big
the
ones.
squats.
Just like high repetition ones with medium weight, not high weight, and those helped me for the ski seasons. But now I'm older and I don't ski as much, so I don't do that as much.
I love it. I love it. If you guys also do us a quick favor, first of all, shout out Mr. Humphreys for hitting us the like and the heart button and share. Appreciate that, brother. But ultimately, this is where I'm really looking at if I'm going to get in at down at these lower levels here. A quick question for you. It is almost 11, and I know you typically, or not 11, excuse me.
Yeah, it's getting time for it. As they say, we're getting long in the tooth.
Long in the tooth. And is that the canine tooth, or is that more like in the the cusp ones, or are these more of like long in the tooth within the wisdom teeth? I mean, because I know I can get some deep wisdom here, some good deep wisdom. Are you guys buying the dip? Why not us? Brett Gold, meme con. Oh snaps! Do we got the actual Brett Gold people in meme coin? Shoot, come on in. Listen, if you guys come in, and we've talked about this, right? If you guys bomb, we
Joe.
are. Yeah, what's up?
I just grabbed his tweet.
Oh. Okay,
I was gonna let you go on there, but you're gonna go the whole thing about inviting him to the show and all that. I'm like, there's nobody.
Exactly. Yeah, I was sitting there just talking to myself.
Hey, Sue says he only calls the good tokens. I want to see the contents of the wallet and the crappy, cheap rug pulls that you got in there that are at the bottom of your basement, or bottom of your wallet.
We all got a lot of those, so that's all I'm saying. It's all right. It is all right. Sad day. I got a whole bunch. I only call the good tokens. I like it a lot. I'm waiting for those to pump. Trapper, the first. You're sitting there. Okay, there you go. Bringing it up. All right. These guys aren't checking us out. I don't need to sit there and try to invite them and try to. I'm gonna go and cry in my corner now, and we gonna curl up like a school kid getting bullied.
Well, they're trying to pump it. Matavius is saying we want to go to $1 billion. Want to go to $1 billion?
Let's go, Bill. Hey, we ain't gonna stop you. You could go to Bills. Dropping them bills. I know St. Thomas trying to get to 7 bills, so you know. Anyways, I'm actually let's go ahead and hit up St. Thomas here real quick, because I know that I did talk to their a few of their community members there, and they were pretty jovial. So I wanted to check them out here real quick. Seta Tama, is that it? There we go. Seta, One Punch Man, boom on Solana. Let's check them out here. Yeah, dude, they got pumped. So you can see here, these guys came all the way up to.
All I see is a flat line like a dead horse.
Sometimes them dead horses get back up and start pumping, start riding. Yeehaw, ride 'em, cowboy. Anyways, so they went from basically 0.002 ish area all the way to $1.84 in literally a day. So obviously there was a good old sell-off, but I'm just interested to see, they are starting to find a little bit of support here, and so this would be good, I think. Let me pull up here real quick with the
to our viewers on X, thanks for joining us. We've had a great X crowd today. I know not a lot of you are watching for a long time as you scroll on by, but feel free to right click on the link, the tweet that you're looking at, open our show up in the background and keep us on. Listen to us. I appreciate it. No, don't be afraid to go into the comments section and dropping it. Most of our comments happen over on YouTube. Small YouTube crowd today, but but big, approaching 200 people.
On Twitter.
On Twitter.
Or on X.
On X.
On text.
Yes.
All right, so let me actually bring this up because I didn't actually see it. So they're actually starting to get above that 8-period moving average here. With a, today's already half day. I'm already starting to see some volume step in, and there's going to be an area that they're going to have support. You want to see this thing should turn to red. Tom, we probably. Yeah, okay, so this is really important here. All right, so you see here, this area here should have been a form of, this should have sold off a little bit more. What we're seeing here, came in, sold off, and now they're actually starting to find support on that smaller time frame there. Huh. Not bad, dude. Not bad for St. Thomas. And I'm not even joking here. It's not a bad place to as an entry here. And you want your stop around that 5-cent area here. But potentially this thing could jump to 25 cents next here because there's nothing else as a resistance to potentially right here, but not a lot of volume. Yeah, potentially. Anyways, okay. Yeah, put that in our portfolio. Just say if we come back, if we make it, if it closes, Saitama. Yeah, like the 10 cent, 9 cent, 9.5 area. I would want to get in at. It's pretty nice. If not, the lower area here. But this right here, this accumulation area here is a good area. So you can see here, this is where it found support, which is where it needed to find support. And now it consolidated, found support buyers, and you can see how buyers are starting to pick up right here now. So it all depends on how this resistance level steps in. If this resistance level doesn't hold, then this thing will probably push up, come back down, find support on the resistance level, and then see it. I mean, realistically, the next stopping point is 22 cents. So it's not bad.
What's their actual symbol?
Saitama. Like literally saint, AMA. Saitama.
Let me bring up your big screen here. Sate AMA. Taking a look
Yeah,
at
Sate. Yeah, Sate AMA.
Just doing a little tweet with a screen capture I just took.
Yeah. Yeah, man, they're potentially getting ready to pump. I mean, like realistically.
They have an
You know,
actual
just don't
Twitter
even-
account.
Boom, right there. Boom. It all depends. It all depends if they can get that thing up and running. All depends. All right, my dudes. That's about it. Thank you. Thank you very much for
All right,
coming
there
in.
it is. Saitama and Soul. There we go. Hold on, so let me get this tweet out here. And then the Saitama on Soul. Good enough.
All right, All
Yeah.
right.
Trying to do a little bit more social media during the show to keep the viewership up.
Good old engagement here. All right. So if you guys have any other questions, look, also, if you want us to go look at ones, please drop them in the actual comments if we do go off, and we'll pick them up and then come in the next day, and I can go over and see what or how we need to sit there and It's just quick and easier. Instead of trying to like holler at you guys, giving me some, I can sit there and already have it prepped, kind of go for them. But I guess it's good learning for you guys to see how I actually go through and set all that up and how I look at things too as well. So I guess that's a good thing. All right,
Ladies and gentlemen, that's that time of the day. Thank you to World of Rewards, DeFi Dojo, Audit Chain, Patrick Camuso CPA for being the sponsors of this show. We're going to have a new sponsor. We're going to bring on an exchange with affiliate links and all kinds of bonuses for trading and all that type of stuff. Hopefully that'll be ironed out here in the next day or so. It is I, Jesus says, that has been watching you the whole time. I don't know
That's
about
cool.
that. He
That's
came on
cool.
late. Learning how to read that graph from you. Thank you, guys. Well, that's the point here, DYOR. I want to give a man a fish. I want to teach him to fish so he can eat for life. There we go.
Absolutely.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, my name's Tom, otherwise known as Striking here on the Digital Media Network. So glad to have hosted another good episode of DYOR Live. Thanks to the Twitter crew, or X crew, that came out in force today. Over 200 views. Gotta love it. Worked out well today. And we'll be here tomorrow. Same time, same bat channel. All the great entertainment that you always see.
Nice.
All the great commentary from Pedro. Anyway, we'll see you tomorrow. Be there.
Peace.